good morning and welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 1010 and we are here live in Southwest Florida at the beach. If you are joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you're crafting this morning. Let me know if you have questions for me. Whatever, I'm here. If I can answer your questions, I will. And we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I have some stuff to show you as well. We'll wait a few minutes before starting. Wait for people to pop over from pre-chat and notifications. Hi Val, good morning. If you are new here, welcome. I do a live show 5 days a week, Mondays at sunset, Tuesday through Friday. Try to do it at the beach in the morning, weather permitting. Sometimes it's at my studio instead, but you know, weather permitting, we try to come to the beach as much as possible. Hi Karen, good morning Grace and Martha. Welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 1010 and we are live in Southwest Florida at the beach. Hi Judy, Carrie, Karen, and Sean, good morning. Hi Lori. Thank you. I'm wearing the brand new Lucy pullover. Hi Marianne. Hi Helen. Hi Jackie. Hi Edna. And Joe, good morning everybody. Hi Nikki and Dee. Hi Shelly and Carrie, Wendy. Wendy's making one of my bucket hats. Wonderful, they're so fun. Hi Linda. Oh, Linda's new here, welcome. Hi Julie and Karen, Carrie. Yes, I'm wearing the brand new Lucy crochet pullover in Be So Vivid yarn in color Strike a Rose. Be So Vivid yarn is a number 4 worsted weight, so if you're yarn substituting, you would want to find a number 4 worsted weight. This one happens to be self-striping, but you could do it in a solid color as well. It's a top-down construction from the yoke, and I did a teardrop stitch open work yoke and then switch to alternating rounds of double treble crochet and single crochet for this beautiful striping effect in the sleeves and the body. However, you could do the whole thing in the teardrop stitch if you wanted a more open look, and here are a couple of different ways you could do that. I think doing the teardrop yoke and sleeves would be beautiful, and then keeping the body solid in the double treble and single crochet. Or you could do the teardrop stitch in the yoke, the sleeves, and the body. Or you could skip the sleeves and make it cap sleeve and do the teardrop stitch in the yoke and the body. Or you could skip the sleeves, do the teardrop stitch in the yoke, and still keep the solid stitch work for the body. So lots of ways you can switch this up. Once you have the stitch count for this last row, because you know, there's a little increasing to create the yoke itself. The amount of chains between the stitches grows from this row to this row, but once you get to this point, if you wanted to continue working even in pattern, you absolutely could, and continue on the teardrop stitch for the body if you want. It's a super easy pattern. Works up really quickly too, because the teardrop stitches are really long and so are the double trebles. So it actually ends up being a quick project as well, but like I'm showing you, there are lots of ways that you could make this different if you wanted to. Oh, what about using this yoke, and once you get to this point, working even in pattern in the teardrop stitch and make a cape? You could do that as well. You could also add a mock turtleneck or turtleneck to this if you wanted to. The pattern is sized. There is a free pattern page on my website, so you can take a look and get acclimated with it. And if you want to purchase the ad-free PDF download, that's available with charts on my website too. And there's going to be a video tutorial, a supplemental video tutorial, live premiering on my YouTube channel here at 11 a.m. today, so roughly 2 hours after we went live for the show. So you can follow along in that and learn how to make the teardrop stitch if you've never made a teardrop stitch before. Really, it's a combination of a long stitch and a cluster stitch at the same time. It's very interesting. Not very difficult once you get the hang of it. If you've done a cluster stitch before, it's just adding a little more to it. My screen just went dark. Oh, I can see a little bit, but not much, so I will do my best now to just keep watching. So a couple of things that we could do this morning. Okay, and now that I've mentioned patterns, I do want to make an announcement that although prices have never increased in the 8 years that I sold yarn, even though my costs increased, because obviously suppliers change their prices all the time, my yarns never increased, and my patterns have come down in price many times over the years to try to promote the yarn and stuff. So when I first started selling patterns many years ago, I sold them for the industry standard of $7.50 at the time, and there was a time when patterns became more expensive than that, and I never raised the prices. Then a few years after that, I reduced my prices to $3.99 to try to be on the lower end price scale of patterns. When I released yarn and tried to entice people to buy yarn, I reduced my prices even further to $1.99. And so I just wanted to give you a warning, or not a warning, give you some advance notice that I will be raising my PDF download patterns to $3.99 on March 1st, which means they are still $1.99 right now, but they will be increased to $3.99 on March 1st. If you would like to take advantage of the $1.99 price, obviously there's no limits. You still have bulk discounts, and even when they are increased to $3.99, they will still be the same patterns that you know and love, the same professional patterns with charts that I've always produced. And just wanted to give you a heads up that the price of patterns will be increasing, you know, as there's no more yarn to, you know, promote. I will be turning them back to $3.99, which is still on the low end scale of what patterns cost. Professional patterns can range upwards of $15, and so I still feel like at $3.99 it's still a very reasonable price for professional patterns, and I'm still going to be doing the supplemental video tutorials, still going to do all of that. Yes, I still think it's a very reasonable price, and it is still on the very low end of what other professional designers sell their patterns for. But I know that if I don't give people an advanced warning that there will be people upset on March 1st, so I just wanted to give the heads up that the prices are $1.99 right now, but they will be increasing to $3.99 on March 1st, and that will be for all knit and crochet PDF download patterns. Now, they're still going to have the same benefits that you have now, so anytime now or later or whenever, if you're logged into your account on my website, you will have your own personal download library where you can access your patterns 24/7, and also have unlimited downloads. Reward points, refer a friend program still applies, and also bulk discounts still apply. And yeah, so there's still lots of other wonderful benefits. Plus, you are familiar with the quality of my work. So thank you everybody for saying that it's still a reasonable price and still a bargain. I appreciate that very much, and I agree. I do believe that it's still a very valuable price for what I'm offering, but just wanted to give the heads up that that's what I'm doing, and that's when I'm going to be doing it. Yes, that's right. Most independent designers do not give you your own personal download library on your website. Yes, Faye, you get what you pay for. Yes, that is true too. And like I said, there is still a free pattern page available for my patterns. I don't know if everything's lined up right now, but I will get that tightened up more as time goes on. But if you want to see the free pattern pages first, you absolutely can. Just keep in mind that the charts are not included in the free pattern pages. There is way too much there's way too much theft that goes on with that. So I prefer to keep the free pattern page more as like a taste. If you can try it out, see if you like it, and if you like it, then you can still download and get the charts and then have the download library and all that. So there's still lots of options. There's always a free pattern page to test out and see if you like it, and there's always the available PDF download. Does anybody have any questions about that? Because I think that's really a lovely option as well, that you have both. Thanks, Nora. Thank you. I think that says Helen. I'm having a really hard time reading the screen. I'm gonna have to look into an umbrella of some kind for the you know, it's spring is coming, if not here already, and that means the hotter sun, and I just can't see the names that well now. If I click on it, does that help? No, not really. Okay, so I wanted to show you some more things this morning too. Thought about maybe doing the teardrop stitch here this morning, but you'll see that on the tutorial video, so maybe we'll hold off on that since the screen's so dark I can't see this morning. I wanted to show you an update on my ribbed waistband on my loungewear shorts. Isn't that looking super cute? So now I'm at the point where I need to decide how I'm going to add my waistband. I can't decide if I'm going to fold it over, put elastic in, fold it over and put a drawstring inside, or do an eyelet row and weave a drawstring through the holes. I can't decide what I think would look best. And if I do either of the drawstring versions, I will be doing an I-cord. I'll probably show you how to do an I-cord tomorrow. I just can't see the screen enough today. Ah. Oh, these look like, is someone saying that the teardrop stitches look like wine glasses? Yes, upside down. So this is top-down construction. So I'll take it off so you can see. And I want to show you the construction anyway. So as you're crocheting it, you're actually when you're doing a top-down construction, you're actually doing it upside down. So there's the teardrop shape. That's why I call it teardrop. But you're right, once you turn it upside down for a top-down construction, it looks more like wine glasses. Super cute either way. Okay, so you start with the neck, and then you do the increases for the yoke, then separate. In this row here, we separate for sleeves and body, and then work the body even in the round, then come back and grab those exposed stitches here and work the sleeve in the round too. But I'm thinking that if I were to make this a second time, I think I would do the open work for the sleeves. I think that would be so cute. And if you were looking to make this like a beach cover-up or more of an open work shirt, I think the whole piece done in the teardrop stitch would be really cute too. Don't feel limited to just doing one exactly like this. I feel like there are lots of options right there. Does anybody have any questions? I will try to read them. And if I don't get to your question here, always feel welcome to leave them for me in the fixed comments when this live stream becomes a video, because yeah, G, I agree. I absolutely agree with that, and that's why I'm kind of pausing. She was saying that a drawstring might be easier to wear for the shorts. Not a drawstring, an elastic waistband might be easier to wear than a drawstring, which means what I'll end up doing is making this waistband twice as long as I want, folding it over on itself, getting that elastic inside there, and then working this row combined with the cast on edge, or sewing them together, one or the other. Sewing them together at the end and putting the waistband in is probably easiest. Anyway, either way, I do think that it might be easier to wear with a stretchy elastic waistband than with a drawstring. I think it might even look more professional. What color Be So Vivid was this made in? This was made in Strike a Rose, and if you go to the pattern page, Judy's posted live links here, and you will also see them in the video description later. This color is called Strike a Rose. I do believe that Be So Vivid yarn is sold out, but a lot of you already stocked up on it, so you might already have some at home. And if you follow the link that Judy's providing, it'll tell you how much yarn you need for whichever size you're making, and that is whether you are making it with Be So Vivid yarn or your yarn substituting. All of my patterns have always come with both information, so whether you are using the exact same yarn or using a different yarn, the generic yarn substitution yardage is always in my patterns. I've always done that. Let's see, that's a good point too, G. That instead of making this 2 thicknesses of yarn, I could line the back side of the waistband with fabric and put the drawstring inside there. That's a good idea also. Yeah, so there's lots of options still. And that's a great one, actually. It's getting really warm out here. I'm so glad I brought a t-shirt with me. If you don't mind, I have a sports bra on. Don't worry, I'm not flashing anybody. I'm switching over to a t-shirt. I think it was 70 when I got here, but as soon as that sun comes up, it gets hotter really quickly. I can't understand that. Okay, so don't forget, if I am not able to get to your question or comment, please feel welcome to leave them for me in the comments when this is no longer live, because then I do get notifications of those questions as well. Yes, I'm sure if you're in a colder climate, 70 sounds great. It is great. I am not complaining at all. I'm just dressing appropriately for it. Someone else got one of these t-shirts. Good for you. I love my graphic tees with quotes on them. All right, does anybody have any questions? I think I'm pretty caught up on questions. Thanks, Judy, for all the live links. And if you don't want to leave the show to click on those links right now, stay. Judy's going to share them in the video description for show notes after the show too. So even though it is super convenient that she shares them live, you don't. Oh, birds behind me. Oh yeah, let's look at, there's people swimming too. Let's flip the camera around and see what we've got here. Yeah, we got those cute birds behind me. I don't remember their names. Does anybody remember their names? Oh, I forgot to bring my Florida nature book too. I'm gonna have to remember to bring that one of these days. I really want, in fact, I should bring it so that it's here with me all the time. Yes, a tutorial on how to cut t-shirt collars out. Yes. I will need to buy another one. Oh shucks, I guess I'll have to buy another big t-shirt so I can do the tutorial. Wah wah. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that. The water is so pretty today. Look at those colors. Let's see, I think it looks really clear too. Let me see if I can read that. Yeah, I've been cutting necks out of t-shirts for years. I'd be more than happy to share my tips on it, because I do have a specific POV that's a what did I say? I meant POV. Look at how clear this water is. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like to cut the necks out of t-shirts, because it allows you to see part of your sports bra. And if you wear cute sports bras, it's another way to add a little, a little dimension to your outfit. Is the water warm? I don't know. Let's see. Woo! No, it's not warm. I would not go swimming in that. But you have to remember, some of the people here swimming right now are people that are from really cold climates. And so it's all relative to what you're used to. This is too cold for me, but I've never liked cold water. And some people do, and some people are used to much colder temperatures, so they're just adjusted differently. That's okay. And I'm so glad that people are enjoying it, and I enjoy it like this. That's okay too. Yeah, the blues are just beautiful in that water today. So I'm at a different parking area this morning. I parked at parking area 2. The park is so full. In fact, by the time I leave here at 9:30 every morning, the park is literally closed because parking is full already. It's that busy here right now. And there's a huge line to even get in here in the morning. So I'm not trying to get all the way back to Driftwood Forest. That's at parking area 5. So parking area 1 was totally full this morning. So I went to parking area 2 and found one of 2 spots. But, excuse me, excuse me, pardon me, but what's special here that we haven't seen in a while are our beautiful cypress trees. We get to see that Driftwood Forest when we go to parking area 5, but one of the things that I love about parking area 1 and 2 are these really beautiful cypress trees. Thank you for all the blessings, everybody. I appreciate it. There's a lot of allergies here right now. A lot of pollen growing right now, so if you're anybody you know has pollen allergies, you'll know what I'm talking about. Sneeze fest here right now. Hi Zach. Carrie's grandson's with her. You could show him that video last night where we saw dolphins, and today we're seeing birds. And Zach, if you keep your eyes peeled, you could even see a dolphin here this morning. Maybe. They're here. They live here. Hi, Diane. Good morning. All right, first thing on my list today is figuring out something to block the sun from my phone. Number 2 on my list is to remember to bring my Florida nature book with me as we come to the beach, because I'll tell you about the book now and I'll show it to you next then. It's a book that I bought Marlon the week we moved to Florida when he was 5. I bought it at the bookstore, and it tells you, it's like a catalog, not a catalog inside, but it's not a reading book, it's an information book. Each page is dedicated to a bird, a reptile, a mammal, a tree, a plant that grows, that is native to Florida. And so as we would go on our adventures, fishing and swimming and everywhere we went, we would look up, we brought the book with us everywhere, and we would look up what we were seeing and learn what everything was. And it was so fun. And now that I'm here at the beach with all of you and always forgetting the names of the birds and sometimes the plants, I think it'd be really fun for all of us to do that now. So I'm going to try to remember to bring the book in my everyday bag, and we can look up the different things together and also check them off as we find things. Won't that be fun? I had so much fun doing it with Marlon when he was little, and now that I'm realizing that I'm super rusty on all this stuff and there's the ability to share it all with you, I think it'd be super fun for us to do that together. So I will try to remember that tomorrow, and we'll start looking. Oh, there's a section on seashells in there too. We can learn what all the different seashells are too. It's a great book. I'll find it on Amazon so I can show you if you're interested in it. If you come to Florida, and there might be probably other states too in the series. It's a wonderful book. Anyway, now that the pressure's on, I have to remember it. Does anybody have any other questions? Don't forget, we're going to have a live premiere of the Lucy Pullover supplemental tutorial video today at 11 o'clock. I set it a little later than the live show because I really want to go for a walk this morning. Since I've had so much drama and stress in my life in the last couple of months, I have really stopped exercising and taking care of myself, which, you know, the ripple effect of that, you start gaining weight, you start not looking as nice, you know, your face gets puffy, you can't sleep as well. And one of the things that I have completely dropped the ball on is exercise. So I'm trying to find ways to, until I feel like I deserve it, and I know some of you will know what I mean. It's almost like you're punishing yourself. I don't know. Anyway, until I can want to put it into my schedule, I'm trying to find ways to put it in easily. So it would have been very easy for me to say, oh, the tutorial has to come out right after the live show. Oh, I don't have time to exercise in between. I thought if I just nudged the time between the two a little bit, it would make it easier for me to say, oh, you do have time for a walk in between them. A 30-minute walk shouldn't be, it shouldn't be that hard for me to put a 30-minute walk into my day. So as I'm trying to be kind to myself, but also trying to bring good things back into my life, that's what I'm doing. And I know that it's not just me. When people are sad and stressed out, sometimes self-care is the first thing to go, right? And I know that if I want to get back to myself and I want to get back to being positive and strong and healthy, that I have to find a way to add self-care back in. So that's why I'm sharing it with you, because I know that it's tricky. I know it is. And so if I can share what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, maybe it will help somebody else who's in a similar situation. Okay? Yep, so that's why I brought the t-shirt today. That's why I adjusted the time between the two videos, because I wanted to make it so difficult for me to tell myself, no, I can't. It's so easy for me to put something else ahead of self-care, and but I know that as I do work on self-care, it'll make me feel better and make me come back to my normal self that much quicker. Okay. Good for you, Linda. Linda says she walks 4 or 5 times a week. Yeah, that would be where I would like to see myself in a couple of weeks. I'd like to get back to that. Like I said, I'm just having a really hard time putting myself first. And so today I found a way to make it work for me. All right, are there any other questions? Thanks, Nora. Yep, there's lots of ways to incorporate exercise and self-care into your life. But as some of you may know, or may also agree, that when things get stressful, it's usually the first thing to go. And I'm just trying to bring it back. All right, well, I don't see any more questions, so I am going to wrap things up here. What is the book? I'll share it tomorrow. I don't have the book with me. It's a book on Florida nature, and I will show it to you tomorrow, and I'll have a lot more information about it tomorrow. All right, if you decide you have other questions for me, please feel welcome to leave them in the comments when the video goes to recording. I've had a really difficult time reading comments today, so if I missed yours, I wasn't intentional. Just leave it for me in the fixed comments when this video is no longer live. And if you need more help than that, please always feel welcome to email Judy or me after the show. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you in about an hour and a half for the live premiere of the Lucy tutorial video. You can find the links for the patterns on my website, and I will see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Kristin Omdahl Show. Bye-bye.